Hello my friends, Ken Picker, the Network Dad, back with another edition of Mindset Monday for you. I know last week we talked about knowing a why for your New Year's resolutions, and I think that's so important because I don't want to take your New Year's resolutions or my resolutions, or not just resolutions, prefer goals, and I don't even wait till January to set the goals. I set new goals every month and I look forward to hitting them. But I don't want to take them lightly. So that's why I really want to make this second video for two reasons. One, I want to make a bigger impact this year for my business and your business. And I want to set the stage right. Two, I just found something that Tony Robbins put out last year, about a year ago, when he was talking about why so many people failed when they made their goals or their resolutions. And two things, actually three things stuck out, but two things specifically stuck out in that video that I watched with Tony Robbins. And if you find this video and it's not on my blog you will see that I will have my video and Tony's video below as well. Now it's 35 minutes and mine will be definitely much shorter than that. I'm only going to paraphrase these 2 points, but I want you to really take those 35 minutes and really look at Tony's video. I really want to watch it. I want you to dive into what he's telling you and own it. So there's two things we're talking about that I took away from Tony's video. One, should versus must, and two, raise your standards. And I've actually printed up raise your standards, put it over my monitor, so on the back wall of my desk, so I can see it every day. Raise your standards. And I take that meaning a couple of different things, and I'll cover that more in another video. But right now, when you're looking at resolutions, and we talk about the difference between should versus must, it also, Tony talked about push versus pull. Now think about this. You always have a list of should, right? I should do this, I should do that. We all make them all the time. I'm a king of making I should do this. I always want. We all do that. But do you make a list of musts? Do you have a list of things that are going to get done? No matter if you know how they're going to get done or not, even if it's a financial burden, you have no idea where the money's going to come from. For instance, I'm flying out to Austin in a couple weeks right now for another Empower Network event, and I made the commitment to go before I knew how I was going to get there, when I was going to get anything like that, and make that in the second. And I'll do it every single time, no matter what the financial obstacles are, because I know that is a must for me and my team. We're building a large team right now and things are moving forward full steam. And so it's a must for me to be there and support the team. So there's much more reasons for that. But when you make your list of goals this year, or anytime, every week, every month, doesn't matter. Think about, are they a should? What are the action steps you're putting on there? It should be a simple action plan that you can do no matter if you know how or not. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but hang with me for a second. It's the thing like, I'm going to get it done and I don't know how, but it's going to be done anyway. That's a must, right? We always reach our must. Tony talks about this much better than I do. But we always make a list of shoulds and we don't always get to them because it's no big deal, right? So I'm going to go ahead, if I don't get this one, it's okay. It's no big deal. When I set my goals for this year, set a financial goal, I set a game plan on how many number of posts, how many leads I wanted, all the way down to the conversions from what I had last year, and I'm going to work on my conversions a little bit, so you guys can go ahead and opt in when you see the links on my blog to be able to watch what I do on that. But to me, it's a must of how I'm going to get these things done. The second thing I wanted to point out that Tony talked about, he's talked about raise your standards. Now, I take that meaning two different things, and I'll cover that more in another video. But raise your standards that's around you. Raise your personal game up to the next level. If you want that next level, you have to arrive there way before you're ready for it. You have to know it. You have to own it. And you have to take control of your life. So anyway, two things. Raise your standards and should versus must. Now, real quick before I end this, when we're talking about should versus must, we're also talking about the push versus pull concept, right? It's much easier to be pulled towards something, not to be pushed or dragged along. Think about that when you're working your business, and also think about that when you're helping others with their business as well. Give them this idea. Share this video if you want, but give them the concept of should versus must and push versus pull. Because if you have a goal and you want to be pulled towards that goal, you want to think of the benefits of that, like being free, right? Or having enough money to fix the cars if they break down at any point in time and not have to worry about the next paycheck. If those are some of your goals, it's very easy to obtain. But if you want to start really giving back, right? If you want to really be that entrepreneur that gives back even more, or lives on maybe 20-30% of their income comfortably because you have so much more you want to do, Those are different goals that are going to drive you. But if you have goals that, I got to get this done because it's, it's a should kind of thing, and you're being pushed to be able to get those goals, that's kind of tough, right? So anyway, I'm going to end this right now with that last thought. Should versus must, push versus pull, raise your standards, and I'll see you guys on the next tape.